hadi nashangaa. Mvua kubwa sana. Hapo watu wamilio wasianue.
Kukinyesha KPLC wananua isinyeshewe.
Wanakuwa tu hapo.
Wananua waya zisinyeshewe.
Zisinyeshewe bana.
Wanafaa waambiwe bwana, hiyo mchezo wanakuaga nayo.
Hata sasa hivi kwa sure ni ile imenyesha ghafla bitu boy kanyesha. Kama wangeona size, kwa sure wangekuwa shazima hiyo.
Lakini hiyo side ya kwenu wanga wanaanua sana bwana.
Wanaanua sana. Huko juu ya network. Unaona tuko na only one power line inakuja hii side. So anything that happens in between unajua kuna place yenye ni just a bush kwenye stima kupita. Anything that happens in between affect this side. Kitu yote tu labda kumenyesha sana maji kupita sijui wapi. Sijui Nyahururu watu walifanya nini? Ina affect hapa.
Sawa. Wewe inakaa uko ushago
Unasema ushago ama msituni?
Ama ni ile ushago premium. Ushago Pro Max.
Hii ni premium bwana.
Sawa. Okay. So by the way, kuna ka feature fulani I added. I don't know whether you've tested it on the POS. It's actually super exciting me right now. I managed to integrate computer vision onto the system for transcribing or for increasing the accuracy of transcribing manual product lists.
Manual, okay.
So you see how you'll find that if a business is not using a POS or they don't have any POS, they probably or they most probably have a book where they record those sales, or they have a book where they have listed their products, right? So what I did was, instead of us doing it manually, like you are uploading it uploading it kamoja, and they don't have an Excel sheet, because if they don't have an Excel sheet or a spreadsheet, then it means you'll have to do it moja, like checking it on the book and then uploading it one by one. So instead of that, how about you just take a photo of that book, feed it to the system, and the system generates an Excel sheet for you.
Oh, okay. There's an app that I was using for doing that. I think I understand what you mean.
Yeah. But now, because there's that OCR, there's an OCR system that usually.
Yes, OCR. It's called, I think, OCR.
Yes. But now OCR, it's super messy. It's usually very messy. It's not as accurate. It's never accurate actually. Actually, initially I was using that OCR. And when I tried it for the first time, the data was very how do I say it? The arrangement of the data was it was not that accurate. It's just a messed up data. Hello, huko kwani kuna vita?
Yes.
Kwani kuna vita?
Sauti imepotea tena nikikusikiza.
Ni vile nasikia kuna makelele na huko, so hata sikuwa nakusikia viti.
Okay. Lakini unasikia?
Sasa nakusikia viti. Nakusikia uko bit clear. So I was saying,
yes.
Hiyo OCR, it's super messy. So I decided to switch to the AI in a way that now it's at least 90% accurate, and it can generate the data how I want it to generate that data. So it's not it's unlike the OCR
Like
where I can't really structure that data when it's when it's
created boundaries for like it has to fit according to the way it has it like just the same way the Excel was or is, so that the data after you capture that data maybe using unatumia camera kama ni unatumia photo
si unapiga tu picha tu zile tu unapiganga tu picha whichever thing that you use it, as long as it's an image, you just take a photo whichever way you usually take a photo. So you just take that photo and then upload it on the system. So the system now kind of processes through that computer vision in a way that it kind of can detect if it's prices, it puts the prices on the prices column. If it's product name, it puts the product name on the product column. Yes. If it's an expiry, it puts the expiry on the expiry column, and then it generates that spreadsheet. So that spreadsheet,
it assumes it,
yeah, inawachana nayo
what we need. Like it assumes that column. Yes,
it just assumes it. Okay. It doesn't. It doesn't add it on the Excel. So it generates that Excel. So that Excel as it is, you can just upload it as it is directly on the system.
Yeah.
All right. So the only things that you'll have to change, maybe it's maybe when Zapata, maybe it got the quantities wrong, or maybe a small spelling error. I have tested it, and I'm very confident with it, because right now I can say that the accuracy is roughly around 90%. Vitu zenye you need to kind of maybe change ni uto let's say maybe an expiry or the buying price or the selling price. That's the only uto need to you need to kind of maybe change, or maybe your list yenye the business had, the product list did not have the buying price or the selling price.
Wait,
wameanua so wameanua all right. Okay guys, that's this is going to be a very short episode, because my colleague, as you've heard, KPLC wameamua waanue stima. KPLC wameanua stima. Kwani wameanua stima?
Wameanua. Washaanua. Sasa tumia wifi fulani ya kwa connected na nini? What do you call UPS? But iko mbali, sorry, imebidi nimesimama.
Hata nilikuwa sasa nimeanza ku-unpack niingie nirudi job. Wow. So anyway, let's go on then. Let's continue. Sawa. KPLC, sawa.
I think hizi sima sawa.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so yeah, we're talking about that transcription. So that transcription is actually super slick actually right now. Oof. MC, you need to try it out. Just try it out. You may add to kwa hiyo bulk okay, your bulk adding bulk prices. Your page adding bulk prices. Nimeiweka tu hapo. Yeah, so you just say actually I wanted to test it with my own handwriting, because I think I have one of the worst handwriting. I know myself. And also
I don't about the handwriting, because I know there are people that write like doctors.
Yeah, I am one of them. I'm one of those. So and I know I have a very bad handwriting. And I wrote it. I actually wrote the list myself with my own handwriting and gave it that handwriting, and it was still 90%. Actually, I'd say it's roughly more than 90% accurate. I uploaded that data directly and it was just accurate. The only thing that I had to now change was maybe the quantities or the buying. I see one the buying price and the selling price on the product list. So it just it auto fills them as zero. Actually, it auto fills them as zero. So if you've not added the buying price, the selling price, and the quantity, it still generates the Excel sheet or the spreadsheet, and then it autofills them as zero, right? So ukiupload kwa system uta correct, unaweza uta correct to maybe one by one, just just adjust maybe whether it's the stock or the price list, or actually even you can actually just go and do it like upload like a new stock. If as long as you may upload your product list, unaweza enda kwa stock uweke kama stock. Okay, ukiupdate kama stock, it update kila kitu instantly. Juu stock vile tunajua vile tumeset kuongeza new stock, for new stock when you add that new stock, it means that the previous price, the old price doesn't matter. It's the new price that matters. So if the product you bought the product at maybe 2 shillings the last time you bought that stock, and this time you've bought it maybe at 5 shillings, and you set at 5 shillings, and the selling price, maybe let's say it's maybe 15 shillings. The last time it was 10 shillings. It's going to update it to the current prices that you've set. Nanisikia?
Yeah, nakusikia.
Yeah, so that's basically it. That's basically it, right? Yeah.
So handwriting uko na unachukua vizuri kabisa na I think handwriting from your worry. What about release to like the uploading? Does it allow multiple images?
Does it allow what?
For multiple images.
For what?
Multiple images, for example.
Oh, multiple images.
Multiple, yes.
Oh, yes.
Picha moja,
yeah.
Like to piga mingi, so that haraka.
Yeah. It allows for multiple images. It allows for multiple images, so you can take whether it's 5 or 10 images, upload them directly. It's going to convert all of them at once. Yeah. So actually, I was thinking about that, and that reduces the time of onboarding a single business to roughly maybe let's say a maximum of 2 hours. Like, because you see, if you have maybe a business, okay, so even if a business had, let's say, price list, let's even say 2,000, okay, 2,000 products, right? Let's say 2,000 products, right? And let's say each page is carrying maybe 20 products, right? So that means those are what? Those are 100 images, right? Yeah, those are 100 images. So when it comes to the image, okay, taking a photo of those images, what just happened? Yeah.
Nimesikia 100 images imekatika.
Hata mimi nimeshangaa umepotelea wapi? Ama what just happened?
Tuendelee tu.
Yeah, so that means with 100 images, with 100 images, let's say even if you're uploading them maybe 10 images, and it's doing it's actually converting them in less than a minute. Okay, for one image it's doing one image in a few seconds. So even if you are doing one image one by one, it will take you literally around 30 minutes to upload all all those images instantly, and within, let's say, maybe 2 hours, or let's give it maybe an extra 1 hour 30 minutes to maybe adjust the product list, right? So that means that it will take you maybe, let's say, 2 hours to upload a single business that has 2,000 prices or 2,000 products, right? 2,000 products, right? We are just doing an estimate. So that means that, and most businesses don't have, most businesses don't have 2,000 different products, unless unless maybe it's a supermarket.
There's a difference between the names of the product and the quantity.
Yeah.
For example, if you're just an example of Omo.
Yeah.
Or detergent, you see it's just Omo, and then there is a 625 mg, maybe 1,000 mg, you see. So, but the product name is one. It's like it's just one name. How how do we go about that one?
That's not that's not one product name. That's different product names. It's not about Omo.
Those are different. Okay.
Yeah, those are different product names. You see, even if you're talking about Omo 500 mg, or is it 500 grams? Yeah, 500 grams, 10 grams, blah, blah, blah. Those are different product names. The brand the brand is the one that you're talking about. Maybe Omo, right? But the product name, even the product codes for those products, they are different, even from the manufacturers. They are different. So those categories, the quantities are also different products. So you just need to categorize them as that.
Okay. I
get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to open it and interact with it.
Yeah, open it, check it out. Yeah, for me, I'm super. Ani, now, I can say I'm proud of that. I'm proud of myself. I can tap myself on the back.
Roger, that's a problem actually that I've been facing. Silikuwa nimekwambia kuna something that I was doing, but then you have to manually do it from printed tables. Now, if such technology exists, I think you can easily create such. Inarahisisha kazi sana.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because dealing.
Ukiliangalia zile za apps, haikuwagi that accurate.
Yes,
exactly. Doesn't take those it doesn't put those columns vizuri. Kama mtu akuwa amepanga vizuri, hizo columns zina mix up.
Yes, exactly.
You see there sometimes a user might write, for example, see it's one line, one column.
Yeah.
One row. Yeah. On one row, someone might write the name of something, maybe of a product, and then instead of going exactly below that line, hapo katikati there is another line, but ameandika kitu ingine hapo, ama an extension of the above row, above below.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Yes. So unapata kunakuwa na hizo challenges, especially kwa kuscan. So umeangalia pia hiyo?
Yeah, I've checked that.
Okay.
I've checked that.
Yes.
And tested it. I've checked and tasted it. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I've told you I have tested it with manual handwriting. And mind you, it's my handwriting. For people who know my handwriting, they can attest that my handwriting is not that easy to read. So I actually wanted to know if it can actually transcribe my handwriting that accurate. Because for me, most people that I know, they have the best handwriting that I know. I think most people have the best handwriting. I can never compete with them. So I was like, if my handwriting is that bad, it means that if we're using someone else's handwriting who is way much better than mine, then it means the accuracy is going to go up, at the end of the day, the accuracy is definitely going to go up. So that means that the work now to kind of what do you call it? That cleaning up, it's going to be very minimal, right? That cleaning up that data is going to be very minimal, right? And the fact that, because for me, I gave it, actually I have a video of it. I'm going to send it to you, where I am actually taking a product list that I have written down and giving it directly to the system, and then I just wanted to see, does it actually get it right? Is it going to actually get it right? And trust you me, I only changed two things. It's yeah, I only changed two things, and those two things was a spelling. It was a spelling mistake that I actually did, because I think I had written something cleanser or something, and then I think it was a mistake on my end. And the other one was the is it, what do you call it? The quantity, is it the quantity? It was supposed to be 250 ml, so it did not I did not write 250 ml. I think it wrote something else there. So it was super accurate. I had to only when I'm telling you that I was impressed by it, believe you me, I was super impressed. Now it blew me off. It blew my mind, man. It just blew my mind, because the accuracy that it got it at, I was like, whoa, yeah. I don't think I would. I think right now I would argue that there is no POS that's available in the markets today or in Kenya that has integrated that high level of accuracy. I would argue that. I would argue that. That one I would argue. And yeah, exactly. So I was like, yeah, that's just check it out. Just taste it. Actually, andika tu mahali, and andika tu to product list, whether hata kama okay. Just write it down, feed it, right? Whether it maybe you can do maybe 3 or 4, and just take an image of that of that product list that you've just written down, and give it. It does the hiyo nayo I would argue hiyo hakuna mtu anaweza nitoa hapo. Hakuna mtu ako na POS inafanya kazi hivyo. Hakuna, na kama hako aniambie. Hiyo nayo that one, it just blew my mind. And when I completed that integration, I was like, what? This technology really exists actually. And I was like, yeah. Actually, that kind of reminds me something that I was even thinking about when it comes to businesses adopting AI and using or utilizing the AI technology to kind of increase productivity. Because for me, I think we've just cracked that in a way that, because for me, I was even as we've been developing this POS system feature on top of the smart address system. One thing that I have been worried about was onboarding the businesses. When it comes to onboarding the businesses, because that's a very huge challenge when you're saying that when you're going to a business and then they tell you, hey, I have maybe 1500 products. I have 20 I have maybe 3000 or 5000 products. What are you going to do? Right? So now you need to get their list, or you need to go to the store, upload those products one by one. How long do you think that's going to take you? Maybe let's say if you're lucky and you have some capital, you can get a gang of of people, maybe let's say 10, to upload them. And still, that is going to take you maybe 3 or 4 business days, right? For you to be able to complete that, right? And remember, those people, they are prone to errors. You'll still have to. Yeah, there are things that they're going to get wrong, blah blah blah. And you paid them, Remember, you paid them on a daily basis, right? You're paying them on a daily basis. So it becomes an excruciating endeavor in a way that, a business owner is going to go like, okay, wacha tu, tutafanya siku ingine, right? We'll do, tutafanya siku ingine, and then they just hold on it. And I was like, okay, when it comes to businesses or business owners adopting AI, I was like, okay, it's going to be it's going to be a tough challenge or a tough bite for especially small businesses who might not really get or understand exactly how AI works. But I think it's up to maybe tech, tech businesses maybe like us to actually help them integrate it better. Because what do you think?
Yes, true. I was actually watching one of there's a guy called Gary Tan who was talking about how small businesses can use AI, and he mentioned that the person who is going to crack like the next rich people like the Zuckerberg or whatever who are going to come from tech will be people who will help the small businesses crack that from like bring the bridge between AI and the small businesses. You get the point?
That's true. That's a very good point.
Because there are
That's a
so
very
many.
good
There are
point.
so many. If you count the number of small businesses, not just in Kenya, you go to Uganda, like the whole world, there are so many.
That's the majority.
Yes.
That's the majority. That's the majority of businesses. Because
Like,
in Kenya alone,
the economy actually.
in Kenya alone, currently, last I checked, there was roughly around 8 million small businesses, SMEs, right? Those are SMEs, right? Small, medium, small and medium. Is it MSMEs? They call them MSMEs, micro, small, and medium enterprises, right? It's estimated at least 8 million, right? And those are not big businesses. So for big businesses, the big businesses, I don't think they can, they can get to 20,000 anyway. So when it comes to small businesses, that's where the economy runs anyway. That's what runs the economy anyway. At the end of the day, those are the people that employ the most people. So if you are going to crack that part where you help them actually use AI and integrate their businesses as quickly as possible, because the reason why they've actually been, small businesses are really reluctant on using tech. It's because they think it's complicated. Right? They think it's just complicated.
And also
and expensive. Right?
And expensive.
Yeah. So
and also there's another problem of there's no existing problem. No, there's no existing solution that solves the problem that they have.
That's true. Okay, yeah. Okay. What do you mean?
Because
what do you mean?
You cannot just use ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT exists, right?
Yeah.
But who is going to connect that with just, for example, a shop that sells books, a local shop that sells books or a local barber shop,
Yeah.
So there's that gap between this is what you need and this it does and it solves your problems. Right?
Yeah, because the barbershop is not going to go directly to ChatGPT and tell them, hey, can we use you, right? There needs to be that bridge or that link. Okay, what links AI to the barbershop, and the barbershop can actually be able to operate optimally or increase its productivity, blah blah blah. It's actually using AI, but they did not have to go to AI. They used a very simple tool to actually use AI. That makes sense. That makes sense. And I agree. I hadn't really thought about it that way. And I think it makes a lot of sense. Making that or cracking that code, or you being that link or that main link, like what what M-Pesa did. M-Pesa became the link between banks and the customers, right? The bank, the bank and the customer, the layman person who doesn't really know how to open a bank or how to operate an ATM, to go to the ATM and withdraw money, right? But they know how to use a katululu, right? They know how to use a phone. They know how to do it. So what happens then? Yeah, they did not have to go to the banks. The customer did not have to go to the bank. M-Pesa went to the banks and told the banks, hey, can we get your money? Can we link you to the customer and use your money and make sure that the customer can send and receive money using your money, right? Because M-Pesa doesn't have any money, right? Because the money that we are sending back and forth belongs to the banks. It doesn't belong to M-Pesa. M-Pesa only makes money from the transactions. So I agree with you. The next billionaires will be those those guys that are going to crack that. And I think I had been doing it unconsciously though, because for me, I've always been thinking about how can we like simplify everything, like make it as simple as possible, remove all those excuses, because actually having been on the streets and talking to small businesses, I talk to someone and they go like, okay, sahi your budget sina, your budget sina, bado hiyo ni ya next year. Hiyo wacha tuongee next year. And then I ask them, okay, why next year though? But you see, the fact that they said budget, then it's a money issue, right? It's a money issue. It's because it's expensive, and to be honest, getting a standard POS, it's super expensive. It's expensive because you're talking about a minimum of what, around 30,000. Maximum we need inaenda mpaka around 100,000. So a small business to get 30,000 to just buy a POS, they'd rather use a book, which kitabu ni free. Even if it doesn't give them those insights, they're not going to spend that 30,000 because they don't have that 30,000 set aside, right, for that. They don't have that. So how can you remove that entire? And also at the end of the day, and also you find that those small businesses also, they're not people who are really tech savvy. So it's not someone who really understands how to use a computer like inside and out. They need some training, right? They need a lot of training to use that. And the fact that they don't really care about a computer, it means they just don't care about a computer. So you'll have to invest somehow to make them care about that computer, which it's going to be a lot of investment. So I was like, wait, how is it going to be really possible to remove those excuses and those barriers, lower that barrier as low as it can go, to make sure that when you tell them, hey, you can actually use your phone, which you already know how to use, and also which you already have, you don't have to buy anything else. That same phone that you're holding there, you can use it to operate your POS. If you want to print out a receipt for your customer, that's okay. You can print it out. You can send it to them via WhatsApp, which you already know how to use. All right. So from there, I remember this week I've had like 3 clients who actually changed their mind after I told them about that. After I told them that, they were like, okay, leave me your contact, and then we can reach out to you next week. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. This actually sounds awesome. So now next week I have I think I have roughly around I think 3 or 4 clients who actually are super interested, but initially they discounted it. That the first initial response, and this kind of makes me appreciate being on the ground and kind of having that interaction with the because if you're lucky and you meet the business owner, they'll actually tell you the truth at the end of the day, and you appreciate that conversion in a way that this now makes sense. Because even actually right now, vile tulikuwa tunakuja kuanza hii meeting, nimepitia place fulani nilikuwa naeka do kwa M-Pesa. Then that guy, I'm sort of a regular there, and I had told him about the POS actually, and I had asked because he has these agents, and then I think he's sort of a wholesaler. So I told him, hey, would you like a POS or a very simple POS, which you do not have to invest, blah blah blah, and all that. And he was like, oh, okay, what is it about? So I just brushed over, and then I left like a fly. I think I had like a fly in my pocket. I've left like a fly. Then I think Monday. That was Monday, I think. Yeah, that was Monday. Now leo vile nilimepitia hapo, yeye ndio amenikumbusha about that conversation. I did not even ask him about it. I actually hata sikuwa nakumbuka. He actually asked me na ile story bado nakumbuka. Hebu niambie. Actually, yeah, he asked about. He wanted to know about stock taking, right? How can he be able to know when he leaves wasichana wenye anachanga kwa shop, if they don't record a sell, how can he be able to know? And I told him, yeah, that's just stock taking. And mind you, he did not know what stock taking is. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's really interesting, right? So I told him, just do a stock take, just do an impromptu stock take, right? You can do it on a monthly basis. Just go in, do a stock take, compare the stock that is in the system and the stock that is on the shelves. Yeah. Okay. Do they agree? If they don't agree, then there are some sales or some products that have been sold that were not recorded. All right. So that's basically what it means. And he was like, okay, yeah, that does answer my question. And he did light up. Actually, yeah. So that one, I'd say it's a very valuable experience in a way that now for him, he is kind of now thinking of, okay, when do I start? When do I start? Yes. When do I start?
The good thing about such conversations
is
that after talking to a few clients here and there, you realize what makes this person be more alert when you're telling about the POS. For example, about stock taking. So next time you meet someone else, you should remember to mention about stock taking, because that might be something that will increase the likelihood of that person make him about the POS.
Absolutely. But if there's one thing that I know or I really stand by is I'm never focused on getting 1,000 people to use my platform. I just want 10 people who are in love with my platform, who are in love with my system, right? Just 10, right? Just 10 that you solved their problem 360 degrees, right? 360 degrees. They will, they're like, they can never get out of, okay, like, yeah, they are just in love with your product, right? Because those 10 will recommend their other peers, right? If it's business people, if you're a business person, you have a business network. Your friends must be business people, right? And you will definitely recommend it to them, or they will see you using it, and you'll go like, yeah, this is the best thing that I've ever seen, right, in my entire life. And the second you have such kind of a customer, it makes it worthwhile, because that also reduces your efforts in terms of marketing, because now you'll start getting those referrals from just the 10 that are in love with your product, instead of you're here and there, you're just trying to get everyone to use your product, right? If everyone is testing, they're just biting, and they're okay, yeah, this is not really solving my thing. So they can, if they're not really using it on a daily basis, or they're not really in love with the product, then it means they can never recommend it to anyone else. And if they're not using it every day, then it means they're probably not going to use it at all, right? And now you'll find that you're spending so much time, so much money trying to talk to as many people as possible to use and test your product. And at the end of the day, you're failing because the past 100 that you already talked to, you're not using it. So what are you doing?
Yes.
So for me,
yes,
I'd rather get what? Maybe, at least, even if it's just 10, right? Just go with 10 businesses that are using your product left, right, and center. Their world revolves around your product. That, I believe that's a scalable problem. That's a scalable model.
Yes,
I believe that.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. There's always, if you solving the problem of, even let's say just one person,
Yeah.
you solve this the right way, in a way that it's the same way that we were talking about someone who is on fire, his hair is on fire,
Mm-hmm.
and you can give him a brick. That person is not going to look for water or the carbon dioxide. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Problem with my internet.
I can hear you.
Okay, let me just continue.
Yeah.
It's the same way that we are talking about if you want to kuzima moto kwa mtu mwenye akona nywele inachomeka. Like, you have to, anything that you give that person that solves that problem is a solution that person will take. That person has no option of saying, stuck you, no. But if that person is not, that pain sick between Amsubua, there's someone who is calling me. I think that's why there's a problem with my network.
Oh.
Let's just continue. Let's just continue.
Yeah.
So, if we solve for like 10 people, unapata ni problem yenye kabisa inawasaidia na wanatumia on a daily basis. Lazima wataconvert others.
Exactly.
Step by step. Kidogo na unajua mmoja, it's a ripple effect. Unapata tumeconvert moja, then huyo mwingine analeta mwingine, then another person from huko mwenye alikuja analeta mwingine. So in a long time it starts spreading now like wildfire. No.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes. And referrals are very valuable. Referrals are very valuable.
Yes, referrals are the best.
Referrals are the best.
After being referred, they don't ask so many questions.
Yes.
They just convert.
Yeah. Exactly. They just want it, right? They don't want explanations. Wachana na maneno mingi, wewe weka.
They know what they want.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, I'm already sold. Wewe wacha maneno mingi. Wewe niambie.
That's something else. Asha make decision.
Yeah.
Hii kitu ndio nataka.
Yeah.
Mimi nataka nikulipa tu na uniwekee.
Yeah, wewe niambie nitalipa aje. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, and when it comes to small businesses, I think small businesses that coexist, with each other as opposed to big businesses. And because I think that's the literal market, because when you look at small businesses, when you look at big businesses are sort of isolated, where you'll find one business is surrounded by small businesses, and the next big business, it's maybe a kilometer, or maybe it's not within 1 kilometer radius within that same big business. But when it comes to small businesses, they kind of coexist, right? They're coexisting.
Yes.
They're correlated. So if they're correlated, it means that their problems are sort of the same. So the second you solve that one problem for them, and if you solve one problem for that one client 360 degrees, it means that those other small businesses that are related to them, they are potential customers that can convert directly, right? That can convert directly, no questions asked, right? As long as you crack that code of you are actually solving their problem 360 degrees, right? They have no questions. Like, you've answered all their questions and you've met all their needs, and they are like, okay, let's just let's do it, right? Let's do it, right?
Yes.
Because anyway, sometimes you find that some small businesses, some small business owners, they're sort of these, I don't know, actually there's this meme that I don't know whether you've seen it, that says if your boss dresses like this, AI is not going to replace
Yes,
you.
I've seen. You cannot be replaced by AI.
Yeah.
Or by technology.
And
Baggy trousers. That's true.
some small businesses are like that. Some small business owners, they're like that. And you see, if you're able to convert this guy who dresses like this to use your system or to use AI, bro, you've cracked that code. You've definitely cracked that code. Yeah, you've definitely cracked that code. And at the end of the day, that's where the gold mine is. And for me, I think that when it comes to the Kenyan market or the African market, it's very early. Me, I always say that Africa is too early. Africa is too early, and I think AI is the one that's going to level the playing field. Like, if you're going to be able to be at the forefront of helping small businesses interact with AI directly or indirectly in your platform, and like as easily as possible, then you stand to win big in terms of that investment that you put in the next, say, 10, 20 years. It's going to definitely pay off when now the economy kind of stabilizes and everything, blah blah blah, and all that. Because I'm pretty sure that with AI, Africa is going to change a lot. It's going to definitely change a lot, and things are going to definitely change.
I agree with you. I agree with you because you see what Africa has been lacking, especially in technology, is you cannot be able to hire those top talents. Most of them go abroad to work for people abroad.
Absolutely.
But now with AI, you as a small business or as a tech person, you are able to leverage that to be able to build almost anything. I can confidently say anything.
Absolutely.
With AI, and even be able to cancel those tech debts that exist in your business or maybe in a solution that you're trying to build. You see, alone, right? Or with a few friends, right? And that's something that could have costed you a lot of money, a lot of resources, and you're not even sure. Right now, with AI, you can be able to prototype a product even within less than a week. Something that would have gone for let's say 3 months can come down to, let's say, 4 days, and you are done.
Yeah, exactly. Because like for an example, like for an example, when did we start working on this POS though? I think it's less than 2 months, right? How long has it been?
It's a very short while. Very short while.
Yeah.
Very short while.
Yeah, it's less than 2 months. It's less than 2 months.
Actually, a month.
Yeah, it's less than 2 months, right? Yeah, it's less than 2 months. Yeah, I think that was last month. Yeah, I think it was last month, right? And right now, we are competing. We are competing, and we are competing with systems that have been on the market for years, right? For years, and businesses have been struggling to stick with it, stick with them, or get new features and blah 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 and all that. And you go to a business and they tell you, hey, yeah, I've been thinking about that. I need a POS. And you're like, whoa, okay, what have you been using? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I just stopped using it, or it was expensive, and I'm like, okay, so having built this POS on top of Resident Smart Address within or in less than in less than 2 months, and it's all because of AI. Because if AI did not exist today, you wouldn't tell me that the level of accuracy or the level of simplicity that we have been able to achieve, like now with that computer visual transcription, it's super accurate, right? That's something that we would still have to conform to what the traditional POS does, right? Or the OCR, what the OCR does. And even if you use the OCR, you'd still be miles and miles away from that level of accuracy that we have achieved right now. And it's all because of AI. So when it comes to AI, I think it's leveling the playing field where you don't need those expensive developers, blah blah blah, and all that. With just that simple tool, I think it's the best time right now to start any tech.
The best time right now. In fact, you've just reminded me of there's another tech guy that I was listening to. He said that with AI right now, we will be able to see a solo billionaire.
True. I think I've heard that too. I think I've heard.
You can agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You've also heard about that.
Yeah, I think okay. I don't remember who was that. I think I think it was Naval. There's this guy. Yeah, there's this guy who invested in Uber in the early stages of Uber. He has been kind of very vocal on that, on AI, on solo billionaires who or solo a dollar billion company or unicorns, those unicorns that is single-handedly led or are founded by one person, right? It's just one guy behind that $1 billion company. Because of AI, simply because of AI. So I think that this is sort of that gold rush, right? That gold rush period where people are just rushing, and whoever managed to how do I say, whoever managed to get themselves to the right side, because there's this guy during that gold rush, actually in California. There's this guy, I can't remember his name, who when people were rushing to dig gold, he was selling clothes and shovels, and he's a billionaire. Actually, I really can't remember that family right now. I hope. Yeah.
Is it Rockefeller?
No, it's not Rockefeller. No, it's not Rockefeller.
Okay.
It's not Rockefeller. Yeah, actually, there is right now there is a museum. There is a museum of those clothes that were worn by those guys that were digging the gold, right? But now for those clothes, right? Because I think they are some of the oldest. Yeah, they're kind of the oldest fashion designs that have ever been, kind of manufactured, right? I can't really remember that name, and I don't know whether I can. Yeah, I can just look it up. But that guy made so much money than the guys who are digging that gold.